always a seed of an idea gets nurtured by many who think alike. So the idea sowed by Dr. Kamakoti in the form of Integrated Academy for Performing Arts was supported by Bhagavata Seva Trust, Dr. Udayalur Kalyanarama Bhagavatar, and also Sri Krishna Gana Sabha joined hands in making this a grandeur. With these efforts was instituted the Sankeerthana Kalanidhi Award and the Sankeerthana Chudhamani Award. These two awards are instituted and been awarded to eminent personalities from the Namasankeerthana Paddhati. It is not sufficient if just the Namasankeerthana Bhagavata is appreciated. So were the thoughts of the founders and the organizers. So what do? So they expanded their horizon and also included the vocal support and percussion, and they were also awarded. Will that alone suffice? No, there is somebody at home toiling hard to support these Bhagavatas, and an award was instituted to support people, that is a Kainkarya, Sankeerthana Kainkarya Award, the spouses of the Bhagavatas. 2000 ஆண்டு இந்த நாமசங்கீர்த்தன விழா துவக்கப்பட்ட பொழுது இந்த பாகவதர்களை ஊக்குவிக்கும் முகமாக ஏதாவது செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணம் மேலிடவே டாக்டர் காமகோட்டி அவர்கள் இந்த இன்டகிரேட்டட் அகாடமி ஃபார் பெர்ஃபார்மிங் ஆர்ட்ஸை நிறுவி இந்த விழாவை துவக்கினார். அவரோடு உடையாளூர் கல்யாணராம பாகவதர் அவர்களுடைய பாகவத சேவா ட்ரஸ்டும் பின்னர் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண கான சபாவும் இணைந்து இதை ஒரு மாபெரும் விழாவாக நிறுவனமாகவே நிறுவியுள்ளார்கள். அவர்களுக்கு பாடுவதற்கு இடம் கொடுத்தா மட்டும் போதுமா, இன்னும் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணணுமே அப்படிங்கிற எண்ணம் வர அவர்களுக்கு அவார்டு கொடுக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு அவார்டு இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் பண்ணோம். இந்த அவார்ட் தான் சங்கீர்த்தன கலாநிதி மற்றும் சங்கீர்த்தன சூடாமணி அவார்டு. இந்த அவார்டு பாகவதாளுக்கு கொடுக்கிற ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய விருதாக இருக்கு. அவளை மட்டும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணா போராது, அவ கூட பக்க பலமா இருக்கிற வாய்ஸ் வோக்கல் சப்போர்ட்டையும் அவளையும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும், பெர்குஷன் ஆர்டிஸ்டையும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும்னு தி அவார்ட் got extended to include them also. அது மட்டும் பத்தாது, இந்த பாகவதா ஊரா போய் ஒரு ராதா கல்யாணம்னா 2-3 நாள் இருந்து பண்ணறா, சீதா கல்யாணம் பண்ணறா. ஸோ ஒரு பேக் அட் ஹோம் குடும்பத்திலிருந்தும் ஒரு சப்போர்ட் இருந்தாதான் இந்த பெரிய கலையை அவளால ஊரா எடுத்துன்னு போக முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறத ரெகக்னைஸ் பண்ணதுக்காக அவர்களுடைய இல்லத்தரசி அவர்களுக்கு சப்போர்ட்டா இருக்கிறவளுக்காக சங்கீத கைங்கரியம் அவார்டு அப்படின்னு அந்த அவார்டையும் இது மூலமா கொடுக்கிறோம். இன்னைக்கு நாம இந்த 25வது ஆண்டு விழாவை விட்னஸ் பண்ணதுக்காக இங்க கூடியிருக்கோம். இன்னும் சற்று நேரத்தில் இன்றைய சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்கள், தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் வந்ததும் இந்த விழா இனிதே தொடங்கும். இதுக்கு முன்னால சின்ன இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், எல்லாரும் உங்களுடைய மொபைல் ஃபோன் ப்ரிஃபரபிளி ஏர்பிளைன் மோட் இல்லாட்டி சைலண்ட் மோட்ல போட்டுக்கோங்க. A humble request, please put your mobile phones preferably on the airplane mode or silent mode. We have a grand award ceremony followed by a Bhagavata performance. So Namasankeerthana performance irukku, and we have a lot to listen, to hear, to enjoy this evening. So எல்லாரும் கம்ஃபர்டபுளா உங்களோட இடத்துல உட்கார்ந்து உங்க மொபைல் போன்ஸை சைலண்ட் மோட் ஆர் ஏர்பிளைன் மோட்ல போட்டுடுங்க, அண்ட் we can enjoy. இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு நடுவில் நீங்க எழுந்திருந்து போட்டோ எடுக்கவோ இது பண்ணவோ ட்ரை பண்ண வேண்டாம். லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, நிறைய பேர் லைவ்லையும் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கா. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஃபோட்டோஸ் எடுக்கணும்னா நீங்கள் இந்த லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங்லேருந்து ஸ்க்ரீன்ஷாட் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. தட் வில் ஹாவ் அ வெரி குட் குவாலிட்டி. ஸோ நீங்கள் எழுந்திருக்க வேண்டாம், நீங்கள் உங்கள் இடத்துலையே இருந்துட்டு இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை ப்ளீஸ் சிட் பேக், ரிலாக்ஸ் அண்ட் என்ஜாய். ஆளுநர் அவர்களை வரவேற்கிறதுக்காக வேத கோஷ்டி நம்முடைய ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண கான சபாவுடைய நுழைவாயில்ல காத்துருக்கா. ஸோ வேத கோஷ்டியோட அவரை நம்ம இங்க அழைச்சின்னு இந்த விழா இனிதே துவங்க இருக்கிறது. உங்களுக்கு யாருக்காவது இதை பார்க்கணும்னு தெரிஞ்சா you can ask them to watch in the live. You can all sit back, relax and enjoy. Honorable Governor, His Excellency Dr. R.N. Ravi is arriving at the venue to inaugurate the 25th Namasankeerthanam Vizha presented to us by Integrated Academy for Performing Arts, Sri Krishna Gana Sabha and Bhagavata Seva Trust. மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் இந்த அரங்குக்கு வருகை தந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். நாமசங்கீர்த்தன விழாவின் 25வது ஆண்டு வெள்ளி விழாவிலே பங்கேற்க மேதகு ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் வருகை தந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். பஜனை மடங்களிலும் தெரு வீதிகளிலும் இருந்த பஜனையை அரங்கில் கொண்டு வந்து நமக்காக வழங்கிக் கொண்டிருப்பது இன்டகிரேட்டட் அகாடமி ஃபார் பெர்ஃபார்மிங் ஆர்ட்ஸ், ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண கான சபா மற்றும் பாகவத சேவா ட்ரஸ்ட். We welcome the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu to the Silver Jubilee of Namasankeerthanam Vizha presented by Integrated Academy for Performing Arts, Sri Krishna Gana Sabha and Bhagavata Seva Trust. Integrated Academy for Performing Arts மற்றும் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண கான சபா மற்றும் பாகவத சேவா ட்ரஸ்டின் 25வது ஆண்டு விழாவின் நாம சங்கீர்த்தன விழாவிற்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என வரவேற்கிறோம். நிகழ்ச்சியின் துவக்கமாக நேஷனல் ஆந்தம், அதனைத் தொடர்ந்து தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து. We request the members of the audience to raise for national anthem and தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल भंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाता, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும், சீராறும் வதனமெனத் திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில், தெக்கணமும் மதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும், தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, Vidushi Kalaimamani Suchitra Balasubramanian, for rendering national anthem and Tamil Thai Vazhtu. We now request the Honorable Governor, His Excellency, to light the lamp and inaugurate the event. We also request Dr. Kamakoti, Sri Nalli Kuppusamy Chetty avargal, Sri Prabhu, Sri Sri Ram, Thiruji Sundaresan, Kalaimamani Udayalu Dr. K. Kalyanarama Bhagavathar to inaugurate by lighting the lamp. Medagu Alunar avargaludan Dr. Kamakoti, Padma Bhushan awardee Thiru Nalli Kuppusamy Chetty avargal, Thiru Prabhu, Thiru Prabhu and Thiru Sri Ram. Kalaimamani Udayalu Dr. K. Kalyanarama Bhagavathar மற்றும் திரு ஜி சுந்தரேசன் அவர்கள். Thank you, sir. A small seed of an idea and a blessings from Kanchi Acharya, sown in the year 2000, is now today witnessing the 25th year, the silver jubilee of Namasankeerthanam. The Namasankeerthanam that was sung in Bhajana Mandalis and the temple corridors first found an auditorium, an elite atmosphere to present and to make the people rejoice with a Namasankeerthana Paddhati. Today, on the event of the silver jubilee of this Namasankeerthana Vizha, we now request Padma Bhushan awardee Thiru Nalli Kuppusamy Chetty avargal, President of Sri Krishna Gana Sabha, to deliver the welcome address. Namasankeerthana Vizhavin 25வது ஆண்டு விழாவின் வரவேற்பு உரையை வழங்க திரு பத்மபூஷன் திரு நல்லி குப்புசாமி செட்டி அவர்களை அழைக்கிறேன்.
Your Excellency, Sri R.N. Ravi, Governor of Tamil Nadu, distinguished organizers and patrons of this function, Sri Y. Prabhu, Sri Kamakoti, Chairman, City Union Bank, Dr. K. Kalyanram Bhagavathar, Sri Sriram Vaidyanathan, Sri G. Sundaresan, Sri V. Gopalakrishnan, and members of the audience, I extend you all a warm welcome to this sacred function. Namasankirtan is one of the traditional ways of worship. We submit ourselves to God by chanting in chorus God's various attributes. In fact, God does not expect us to praise Him. Still, we do it as a way of submission of ourselves to the providence. Submission of oneself to divinity is a mark of humility. That's what the Namasankirtan is meant for. His Excellency, our Governor Sri R.N. Ravi, a custodian of our hoary heritage, is here to inspire us with his speech of piety and purpose. Now, chanting of God's various names is a description of the qualities of God. All adjectives to the Almighty is to implore upon mankind to be pious, purposeful, and helpful to fellow beings. Thus, Namasankirtan is a means of man's establishing his relationship with God. With scholars around me, I should not be faulted for overstepping. Hence, I will wind up my welcome address when you are all eager to hear His Excellency and the Bhagavatar of the day. I pay my compliments to the fellow office bearers of the Sabha. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, friends. You are gracing for function. Done.
Nandri Ayya. It is indeed our honor to honor our Honorable Governor for gracing this event. May I now request Shri Dr. Kamakoti to present, Nalli Kupusami Chetty avargal to present a shawl, and Dr. Kamakoti to present the memento. I request Kalimamani Dr. Udayalur Kalyanaraman Bhagavath to join to present the memento. So on the occasion of this Silver Jubilee, the association decided to present a Radha Krishna Thanjavur painting to commemorate that the most important event of this Sankeerthana Pathadi is a Radha Kalyanam, and marking that, we present a Thanjavur painting of Radha Krishnan to you, sir. I now request Dr. N. Kamakoti, founder, Namasankeerthana Festival, and Managing Director and CEO of City Union Bank, to share a few words about Namasankeerthanam. Before he presents his address, Namasankeerthanam, which was once nurtured and flourished by all the villages across Tamil Nadu by instituting a Bhajana Madam. There wasn't a single village which did not have a Bhajana Madam. And the Bhajana Madams also served as a home for freedom movement, becoming a Vande Mataram Madam also. And slowly, post-independence, due to industrialization and because of the moving of people out of the villages, this art form swindled and did not find its way. After so many years, a small thought and a blessing by the Guru has now today become the 25th year of celebration. I request Dr. Kamakoti to share his thoughts.
His Excellency, Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri Ravi, dignitaries on the dais, Rasikas, Bhagavatas, and everyone who are assembled here. It's my immense pleasure to stand before you and give a few words about how this festival started and how we are seeing things over a period of last 25 years. Just like the 25 years have gone. The foundation for this Namasankirthanam festival is Dakshina Bharata Sampradaya of Namasankirthanam, propounded by Shri Mardanallur Sadguru Swamigal. As you all know, he undertook a Padarayatra to Kashi somewhere in 17th and 18th century, somewhere around 1750 to 1775. That is exactly around the time when the East India Company was trying to get its foot down in the country. So he traveled from Mardanallur, Kumbakonam to via east coast to, like say, he crossed the Talapaka, Tirupati. From there he went to the Puri. From there he took a trip up to the Varanasi. And on his way back, he covered Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and also he came back to Tamil Nadu. He also spent a considerable time in the Karnataka. when he went across the places, as you all know, like when the comparer spoke about how the nationalism and like say how Bhajane Madam became the torchbearer of the freedom movement also, the one like say the how the entire country is bound, particularly our Bharat, is through this bhakti cult. If we say that, it cannot be wrong. So for example, only two things. One, like say the nationalism movement because of the freedom struggle, before which the country itself was kept in a single form only by this bhakti movement, and the way the all the like say sons, they sang about the praise of the Lord. So in that, when he moved, he collected the songs from all languages, as you all know, be it Telugu, represented by the Annamacharya, the centerpiece becoming the Sanskrit, basically the Gita Govinda Mahakavyam of the Sant Jayadeva, followed by we have the Narayana Tirtha's Sanskrit Kritis. After that, the Panjabhasha, where we cover, like say, Telugu, Bhadrajalam Ramadas, like say on Hindi from Kabir Das, Surdas, Sant Meera, the Maharashtra Abhangs of the Sant Tukaram and all. In fact, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Sant Ramadas, they had come up to Tanjavur, and they had their own set of Abhangs which got transported to Tamil Nadu. That also got included. You had the Karnataka's all the Purandaradasa and all Dasakutas, they got representation. So we got representation from the Narsim Mehta of Gujarat. Like that, all the different states and languages, they got represented. In fact, even before the advent of so-called national integration, the coinage of the world, it was the Dakshina Bharata Sampradayam which linked all different languages and set our country as a representative single unit, and for which we are always indebted to Marudanallur Sadguru Swamigal. And I was explaining all these things to Governor when we went to invite him for this function. He immediately asked whether the Shankardev Maharaj of Assam is getting a place in this. And he enlightened me. Shankardev Maharaj, he came to our part from here, he took the Bhagavatam recitation, and he has taken it back to Assam. And the Northeast is also, like say, getting integrated because of the Bhakti movement. That was what he enlightened me, His Excellency enlightened me when I went and met him. In that context, over the period of time, the beauty of our country, particularly the Bhakti cult, is that decentralization of, say, you don't have anything which, there is a central power. So our Sanatana Dharma stayed, like say, one of the reasons people say, particularly scholars say, why after 1,000 years of, like say, the foreign religions and the foreign people's invasion to the country, how Sanatana Dharma still stayed intact in the same way? One of the reasons that is felt is because of the decentralization, and there is no centralized uniform way of trying to, like say, get sing the God or trying to attain the Lord's lotus feet. In that way, so the Marudanallur Sadguru Swamigal Madam currently has crossed over 200 years. And the way it has been, like say, I mean, it's purely, it used to be an unorganized way of attaining the, like say, lotus feet of Lord. But slowly it got organized into multiple Bhagavatas over generations. They built this Dakshina Bharata Sampradayam. In fact, only when I was attending one of the Namasankeerthanam festivals in the Ayodhya Mandapam, so in one of the conversations about which I have given in the Savanir, which is going to be released next week, which actually created the seed for this function 25 years back. And we wanted to have the function, an exclusive function for the Namasankeerthanam, because we felt the Namasankeerthanam was not getting its due place in the Sabhas across the, like say, during the music festival and all in the city of Chennai, which is supposed to be our cultural capital of the South. So that's why we wanted to have an exclusive bhajan festival for the Namasankeerthanam. And in the, like say, first function, which actually happened in, which was a function organized for in the memory of Parama Puja Shri Parambur Subuswami Bhagavatar, in which we joined with one STB Music Circle Trust. From there, we started in Meenakshi Kalyana Mandapam in the Bog Road. Immediately after that, Shri Egiraman Mama of the Krishna Gana Sabha, he called me and asked, why don't you have this festival in Krishna Gana Sabha itself? Because Puja Shri Guruji, for many years, he started the Namasankeerthana festival in the morning 7 to 9 in the session many years back. And he had created a lot of rasikas for Namasankeerthanam festival, and there is a gap in between. And Puja Shri Brahma Shri Jaikishadri also is let's say giving the Pravachanam Mandal. Why don't you start the Namasankeerthanam festival also in the same Sabha? And we started, and rest is the history. The way you all gave the support, and so many Bhagavatas, we also started with the award of Sankeerthana Kalanidhi by Integrated Academy for Performing Arts, and the Sankeerthana Chudamani by the Krishna Gana Sabha, which like say we honored ourselves by honoring those great Bhagavatas one after the other every year. And the support you all have shown is absolutely brilliant, and that's how we are here today to celebrate the Silver Jubilee. I have to thank His Excellency Governor for participating in this function. I also take this opportunity to thank, there are many people who supported. In fact, we had our former Union Minister Shri G.K. Vasan, the President of the Tyaga Brahma Mahotsava Sabha. He was, as a Central Cabinet Minister, he presided over one of the year celebration here. We have Mahavidwan Shri Umayalpuram Shivaraman sir here, who played in the same function and increased the tempo of this function, after which there is no turning back. So I want to share with all of you, and we seek your support as always. In fact, I can definitely say this festival reduced the average age of audience, because a lot of young professionals started attending the Namasankeerthanam festival right in the beginning. We have to understand, those who started as the young professional 25 years back have become middle ages. It is the responsibility now to get the next generation here to attend the function, our children and all, like, so that the continuity of this function and the our Sanatana Dharma, and particularly the Dakshina Bharata Nama Sampradayam and associated Bhakti and all are, like say, they are the tradition is carried forward. Once again, I have to thank Shri Ram Group's founder, Shri R. Tyagarajan, who was instrumental in giving enough confidence for us. He is represented by Shri Sundaresan sir. So I was representing Integrated Academy for Performing Arts at that point of time, for which Shri Ram Vaidyanathan is here, and his father Shri Vaidyanathan, my father-in-law is also here, who are and all were supporting this function to start with. And also, like City Union Bank also, even before I joined the bank, it started supporting. So we need all your wishes and support. One of our executives used to say in Tamil, when we started this function, he said, Kotta Kotta Danda Kottom. I mean, roughly translating into Jalra Kotta Kotta Danda Business Kottom was the way he was representing. And I have to definitely say, after we started this festival, the God's grace was there for all the, like say, we promoters, be it Integrated Enterprises, or be it Shri Ram Group, be it City Union Bank. We saw our, by God's grace, the business was also growing more than what we all anticipated by God's grace. So we need all your wishes and support. And once again, I thank the Governor for participating in this 25th year, which is a great milestone. I am sure with all your wishes and prayers, this festival will continue for thousands of years. Thank you all for the opportunity given.
Thank you, Dr. Kamakoti. You very beautifully put out how Namasankeerthanam has been. Main point of Namasankeerthanam has been national integration. As you mentioned, all the artists across India, I would take this moment, because we have many Namasankeerthana Vidwans here, to say that Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati has also contributed to Namasankeerthanam. Once in Kadayam, he was a part of a Bhajana group, and the Bhajana group lost its tempo. So he decided to pep up the Bhajana team. And when it was reaching the East Madavi, the unusual vigor was seen in the Bhajana group, because they started singing one of the compositions that was composed extempo by Mahakavi Bharati, and that is Kakai Chirahinile Nandalala. That was created for Bhajana Pattati. It's now my pleasure and honor to invite Kalaimamani Udayalur Dr. Kalyanaraman Bhagavathar, Managing Trustee of Bhagavata Seva Trust, to share his thoughts. Before he addresses, I deem it an honor and privilege to stand here because இங்க இருக்கிறவா எல்லாரும் 25 வருஷமா வந்துருக்கீங்க, உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். எல்லா வருஷமும் பாகவதர் அவர்கள் பண்ணக்கூடிய அந்த வேலையை இன்னைக்கு இந்த 25வது ஆண்டு விழால எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கிறத என்னோட பெரிய பாக்கியமா நான் நினைக்கிறேன். At the same time, it is a very high responsibility on my shoulder to live up to the expectation of all the people who have been witnessing you for the 25 years. So it is a pleasure and honor for me to be here. And today, being the 25th year, the organizers decided that Sri Udayalur Kalyanaraman Bhagavathar must be seated along with the dignitaries, and somebody new should be coming and doing this. And that's how I got this opportunity. And I now invite Kalaimamani Udayalur Dr. Kalyanaraman Bhagavathar to share his thought.
जानकीकान्तस्मरणं सद्गुरुस्वामिनः अपार करुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्. Most respected His Excellency the Governor of Tamil Nadu, esteemed dignitaries on the dais and devotees of Namasankeerthanam, my humble pranams to all. It gives me immense pleasure to share the activities and service initiatives of the Bhagavata Seva Trust with this August gathering. The trust was formed in 2002 at Krishna Gana Sabha, T.nagar during the Namasankeerthana festival under the blessings of His Holiness Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal and His Holiness Sri Vijayendra Saraswamigal. The purpose of this trust has been very clear from the beginning: to support deserving Bhagavatas, bhajan artists who have dedicated their entire lives to nurturing and propagating our ancient cultural heritage of Namasankirthanam. We began modestly with financial assistance of 500 rupees to one Bhagavatar, Amba Samudram Sri Shankaran, who belongs to Yadava community, who served as the harmonium accompanist for Pudukkottai Periva Sri Gopalakrishna Bhagavath Swamigal for many years. Over time, through the generous support of well-wishers and devotees, we have been able to expand both the number of beneficiaries and the quantum of support. Today, the trust provides monthly assistance of rupees 3,000 to 140 Bhagavatas. This marks the 23rd consecutive year of this humble service. In addition, the trust supports Bhagavatas families with medical and educational expenses and provides 40,000 rupees towards the last rites of departed Bhagavatas, ensuring dignity and support during difficult times. ஒரு பாகவதர் இறந்து போயிட்டாருன்னா அவ குடும்பத்துக்கு நிஜமாவே அவர் டிசர்விங்கா இருந்தா 40,000 rupees அவருடைய லாஸ்ட் ரைட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கு. Every year, with the support of Krishna Gana Sabha, City Union Bank Integrated Academy for Performing Arts and Sriram Group of Companies, the trust confers the prestigious Sankeerthana Kalanidhi Award on a senior most Bhagavatar. This award includes one sovereign gold dollar and a cash prize of 30,000. I am very much happy to announce that from this year onward, this cash award will be increased to 50,000. This year awardee is Brahmashri Yagirama Sharma ji. This enhancement is made in memory of Sri Muralidhara Padmanabha Iyer of Mumbai. Other annual awards Best Vocal Support Award, Best Harmonium Accompaniment Award. This year, awardee is Shri N.V. Hariharan alias Ganesh Noorani Palakkad. Best Percussion Award, Mridangam or Dolki, G. Ramachandran. This year award is G. Ramachandran, Coimbatore. Each of these includes a citation and a cash award of rupees 15,000. We also have a special recognition, Kainkarya Shiromani Award. This year's awardee is Srimati K. Sita Lakshmi of Perambur, near Mannargudi. This is a tribute to the indispensable role of a Bhagavata's Dharma Patni. A deserving spouse is honored with a citation and rupees 20,000 in appreciation of her silent yet unwavering support. ஆற்றுல மாமிகள்லாம் அலோவ் பண்ணாதான் இந்த 25வது வருஷம் கொண்டாட முடியும். ஸோ மாமிகளுக்கு தான், பாகவதா தர்ம பத்தினிகளுக்கு தான் நம்ம we have to thank. The trust expresses sincere gratitude to Sri A.L. Krishnamurthy Bhagavata's family and Srimati Jayabharati for their valuable contribution every year towards this award. As a founder and managing trustee of Bhagavata Seva Trust, I offer my heartfelt thanks to our trustees, donors, well-wishers and devotees. Your support alone makes it possible for us to continue this noble service to the Bhagavatas. Namaskarams to all.
நாம சங்கீர்த்தனத்துக்கு ஒரு மேடை, ஒரு அரங்கம், நாம சங்கீர்த்தனம் பாடுற பாகவதாளுக்கு ஒரு விருது. அது மட்டும் இல்லாம அவர்கள தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட 140 பேருக்கு மாத பென்ஷன், அவர்களுடைய தர்ம பத்தினிகளுக்கும் உதவி மற்றும் அவருடைய குடும்பத்துக்கான குழந்தைகளுக்கான கல்வி செலவு அப்படின்னு இந்த பாகவத சேவா ட்ரஸ்ட் நிறைய காரியங்கள்ல தர்ம காரியங்களை நாம சங்கீர்த்தனத்துக்கும் பாகவதர்களுக்கும் செய்து கொண்டு வருகிறார்கள். இப்போ நாம உடையாளூர் டாக்டர் கே. கல்யாணராமன் அவர்கள் பாகவத சேவா ட்ரஸ்ட் பத்தியும் இந்த நாம சங்கீர்த்தன விழா பத்தியும் பேசுறதை கேட்டோம். இந்த விருது விழாவுக்கு அப்புறமா அவருடைய நாம சங்கீர்த்தன கச்சேரி நடக்க போறது. அது மட்டும் அல்ல, அவருடைய சீதா கல்யாணம் திருவிசநல்லூர் ஸ்ரீ ராமகிருஷ்ண பாகவதர் மற்றும் உடையாளூர் திரு கல்யாணராம பாகவதர் குழுவினர் வழங்கும் சீதா கல்யாணம் ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை இங்க காத்தால 9 மணிக்கு நடக்க இருக்கிறது. அதுக்கும் எல்லாரும் வந்திருந்து அதையும் கேட்கணும். Now we move to the most important event of the Silver Jubilee celebration of the Namasankeerthana Vizha 2025, the presenting of the Namasankeerthana Kalanidhi Award. The Namasankeerthana Kalanidhi Award this year is being presented to Brahmasri Yajnarama Sharma, the senior most disciple of Sri Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal. I now request Kalaimamani Udayalu Dr. Kalyanarama Bhagavathar Avargal to read the Birudu Patra of the Sankeerthana Kalanidhi Award.
Birudu Patra, we the trustees of Bhagavata Seva Trust, Chennai, and the devotees assembled here on the inaugural day, the 28th day of November 2025, Namasankeerthana Festival 2025, being held at Sri Krishna Gana Sabha, Chennai 17, do hereby confer the title Sankeerthana Kalanidhi on Brahmasri Sri Yajnarama Sharma Ji, disciple of Sri Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal, Paranur Mahatma Sri Sri Anna Avargal. As a tribute to your dedicated service in the field of Namasankirtan, we are very much honored by presenting you the award today. Radhe Krishna, Bhagavata Seva Trust.
We now request His Excellency to present the award, the Birudu Patra, and honor Brahmasri Yajnarama Sharma. The award carries a dhoti, a gold medal, a gold-plated silver medal, a check for rupees 50,000, a shawl, a Birudupatra, and a memento. Ladies and gentlemen, Namasankeerthana Vizha 2025 honors Brahmasi Sri Yajnarama Sharma with Sankeerthana Kalanidhi Award. Thank you, sir. This event also hosts the Sankeerthana Chudhamani Award, and this year's, maybe request you to be seated. This year's Sankeerthana Chudhamani Award is presented to Sri Kadalur Gopi Bhagavathar Avalu. We now request Sri Prabhu to read the Birudupatra of the Sankeerthana Chudhamani Award.
Sri Krishna Gana Sabha honors Namasankeerthanam exponent Sri Kadalur Gopi Bhagavathar with the Birudu Sankeerthana Chudamani. On 28/11/25 during the Namasankeerthana Vizha 2025 in recognition and appreciation of his meritorious service in the field of Namasankirthanam, Nalli Kupsam Chetty, Shashwati Prabhu and Prabhu. Thank you.
We now request His Excellency to present the Sankeerthana Chudhamani Award 2025 to Brahmashri Kadalur Gopi Bhagavathar Avargal. The award includes a shawl, a gold medal, a gold plate, and a check. Sankeerthana Chudhamani is presented by Sri Krishna Gana Sabha to Brahmashri Kadalur Sri Gopi Bhagavathar. So we request a group photograph, sir. The two awardees will join the dignitaries on the dais for the group photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, the two awardees of Sankeerthana Vizha 2025, Sankeerthana Kalanidhi Brahmashri Yajnarama Bhagavathar and Sankeerthana Chudamani Brahmashri Gopi Bhagavathar. Thank you, sir. Namasankeerthana Vizha celebrates Namasankirthanam in a very elite manner by providing an auditorium, a stage for the performing artists. It not only nurtures the Bhagavatas, it also provides a platform for school children loving and looking forward to enter into the Namasankirthanam, making Namasankirthanam a wholesome for young entrants, young children, and for the professional Bhagavatas who have been making Bhagavata Sankirthanam as their life goal. This year, witnessing the 25th year, we have a 10-day celebration of Namasankirthanam, a power-packed celebration here. We also have the other awards, the Kainkariya Award, the Okal Support Award, which will be awarded on the 7th of December. Sir, we are now eager to listen to you, sir. May we request the Honorable Governor to deliver his address.
Jai Shri Ram. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, Dr. N. Kamakodi, who is the architect of this villa, Sri Sriram Vaidyanathan, Padma Bhushan Dr. Nalli Kupaswamy Shetty, Tiruvai Prabhu, Tiruji Sundareshan, Udayalu Dr. K. Kalyanaraman Bhagavatar, all the distinguished Bhagavatars, the scholars, devotees, rasikas, friends from the media. On this occasion, when this Namasankeerthanam Vizha is celebrating its silver jubilee, 25 years, I extend my best wishes and greetings to the organizers of this Vizha, those who have been continuing the tradition for last 25 years, and all those who have been associated in one way or other with it. When we hear 25 years, in different parts of the world, when you say 25 years, it has a different connotation. When in the West you say 25 years, they say it's a long period. And that is how they must have started the tradition of silver jubilee. But when we say in Bharat 25 years, we say it's an important, but it's a journey into eternity. It will go on, go on, go on. And the journey that began 25 years ago with the blessings of the Mahaswami and the great souls, I'm sure the journey is fulfilling its purpose, and the purpose is preservation and promotion of Sanatana Dharma. We heard how it is helping the national integration, but that's the facet of it. Just one facet. We know that this is a land where bhakti emerged, and Namasankeerthanam is a manifestation of bhakti. Long, long time, thousands of years ago, when Sanatana Dharma was articulated, was expressed through the divine Vedas, when the sense of kinship, sense of oneness of the individual, collective, and creation, it was expressed in the holy text. At the time, perhaps the need for bhakti was not felt that much. But as we know that, I'm very conscious of the fact that there are a lot of scholars who are far more intelligent, expert, they know much more. But I'm just giving a perspective, my perspective when I look at bhakti. And when I say it's not just mine, it is shared by many, many. We know that the creation, as we understand, it is the time period of creation is not linear, it is cyclical. Then Juga to Juga to Juga it comes, and then comes to Kali Yuga. When Kali Yuga began, and we know when it began, it was about 3000. It is now by and large, experts, they do agree that when Sri Krishna left for the heavenly, for the abode, about 3102 before the common era, is almost about 5126 years before when the Kali Yuga began. Our divine rishis, they realized the threat to Sanatana Dharma. Because Sanatana Dharma was not only made for people of this place, it was made for the whole creation, whole world. All embracing, didn't leave out anyone. Even those who criticize or those who do not belong, even they are part of our family. That is what we believe. And then our divine rishi realized the threats that this dharma, which is essential for sustaining the world, they made a wonderful discovery. What we say bhakti, it took the essence of our Sanatana Dharma from the institutions to the individual soul, individual's heart. We know that for bhakti, one doesn't have to be a bhakta, one doesn't have to be a scholar. Person can be illiterate, doesn't matter. All that it calls for is absolute surrender to the feet of the Lord. It's humility, compassion. When we surrender, we just completely forsake our ego. And the root cause of conflict in Kali Yuga is clash of egos. By liberating it from the institutions and bringing it to the heart of every individual, they began destroying the institutions, temples, institutions were destroyed. And yet it succeeded in retaining itself. It survived. Sanatana Dharma survived despite nearly 1,000. Can we imagine it possible without bhakti? Just temples are destroyed, let it be destroyed. But you can't take away from the heart, my heart. Okay, I believe. And when, I always feel completely overwhelmed when I think of our great Nayanars and Alvars, those who were at the forefront by taking it not in the essence of the intelligible to the people, common man. Doesn't necessarily have to be a language which I don't understand, which I have to read. We know that the whole Bharat, Sanskrit was the language of a scholarship. Our texts were all in Sanskrit. But common people that didn't have access to it. But when you have an invasion and assault on Dharma, it is the common people, they have to stand. It has to be taken to them. They must have access to the essence of the Dharma. And precisely mentioned by Dr. Kamakodi, one of the names. Yes. At the time, there was no concept of a state. There were people speaking various languages. And if we take, in terms of language, how this saint poets in different Bharatiya languages, they took up the movement and held the society together in a much critical time. Annamacharya, and I'm just naming a few in Telugu. Go up further. Great Jayadev, Geeta Govind. Go up in Bengal, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Go up further in Assam, Sriman. Go towards west, Hindi area, Tulsidas. So many of them, I'm just naming Tulsidas. Go further west, Neshwar and all these areas. Complete, whole, every language, speaking people, all these poets saints emerged, and they held the society together through the power of bhakti. While the ruler kept unleashing the worst kind of violence and atrocities, people kept suffering, and yet they were held together, and they did not waver, is through the power of bhakti. So when we say national integration, Bharat has been a Rashtra. And sometimes in our anxiety to explain, we go to the English language and we start using the term nation. Nation doesn't fully justify. Actually, it's a much later, we know that how. It's a concept which emerged in about 17th, 18th century when the Europeans began colonizing the whole world. They started defining the people and putting them in brackets of, they came up with certain markers that, okay, you speak the same language, you belong to one nation. You have certain ethnicity, then you belong to one nation. These are markers, they made various markers. Food, cuisine, culture, all those. But these were artificial markers created by the colonizers, especially in colonies, to segregate the people, to break the people in various groups with an imperial ambition or rather a strategy, so that you don't say that this land belongs to all of you. You are so many groups, you are there. So that is why they said India was not a nation. British continued, Europeans continued saying India was not a nation. And if that is their definition of a nation, I also say that no, it was not. Because India, Bharat was a Rashtra. It was not. And Rashtra is an unique concept, happen only in Bharat, nowhere else. And Rashtra is defined very well. There are great scholars sitting here. They would give a better explanation of it. When our Veda says how Rashtra emerges, Bhadram Ekshantharisaya Swavida Tapo Diksham Upaneshe Duragra Tato Rashtram Balamojasaya. When rishis with a heart, with a desire to serve the whole humanity, whole world, Bhadram Ekshantharisaya Swavida Atmagyani. And what is Swavida? Mam Atma Sarva Bhuta Atma. All are one. Such rishis, their tap and diksha, with their hard work, Rashtra is born. And that is how, with this knowledge, the wisdom revealed in the Vedas, that we are all one. Human, animals, plants, everyone. We are all part of, member of a family, larger family. This Bharat Rashtra emerged with different languages, different dresses, different regions. Because then, what we are saying, the different, it became diversity. It ceased to be different. It became diverse, variation. And Bharat was born right from the ocean to the Himalayas, as our scriptures say. So this Rashtra essentially, it is meant to expand to the whole world. It is not just being limited to this current geographic expanse. It is expected to expand because that is the way the world can be saved. Because who in the world has the creed of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? Only here. Nobody else says that. We may talk all kinds of things. These are all political noises. But at the soul, we say, yes, the whole world is a family. And when we say world, it is not only humans, we know everything in the world. So, essentially, it is meant to expand to the whole world. Now, bhakti, it has served the purpose of holding the Rashtra together. And Rashtra and Sanatan Dharma are inseparable. Rashtra is born out of Sanatan Dharma. And that is why the Rashtra and Dharma, it cannot be separated. If anyone says that, no, it's a political, I don't know, it's all nonsense. It is inseparable. Bharat cannot exist if you remove Dharma out of it. Then there is a group. Then there is a crowd. It is not a Rashtra. You have a crowd. So this Rashtra, which is evolved around the Dharma and Dharmic principles, this Dharma and Dharmic principles, the core of which is compassion, sense of oneness, bhakti has played a very crucial role in a very critical time. And that is why we often say here that nothing happens just like that. There is always a purpose. We believe that, yes, divine has a purpose. So when our divine rishis, when they discovered this marga of bhakti, at that point of time, there might not have been a crisis to Sanatana Dharma, but they must have foreseen that there would come a time, this is a Kali Yuga, you will have problem. So this problem, how do you sustain yourself? And that's the power, that's the magic formula that they gave. Take it out, away from the institution, put it in the heart of all the individuals, all the bhaktas. Let the institutions be destroyed by the invaders, it doesn't matter. Your dharma is safe. Stay. That is what. Now, this being the source of creation of Rashtra and sustenance of Rashtra. Rashtra was born out of this dharma, and Rashtra has been sustained through the time through this very dharma. Now, what is hereafter? If we look into the future, we have a great responsibility, huge responsibility, because our divine rishis, when they explained the divine wisdom, the Vedas, it was not meant for only for some people, it was meant for the whole world. So this has to be a spread over, the light has to be a spread over the whole world. And how do we do that? And this is what Sri Aurobindo, on the day of independence, on 15th August 1947, he had written it. Now the time has come for Bharat to fulfill her divine responsibility of taking the light to the rest of the world. Because we see how the world is divided, fighting, conflict, extreme poverty, you have extreme affluence as well. How Mother Nature is being tortured, exploited, all kinds of problems which nobody could ever conceive of in the past. Humans are capable of creating all those problems. And that is what is happening across, and happening merrily. And we have started feeling, the curtain raiser of what is going to happen if it is not corrected. The way the climate, another way the elements are angry and they are giving a signal. Now, at this time, we have a great responsibility. So Bharat must fulfill her divine mandate to spread this light and save the world. But how do you do that? How do you do that? You cannot. This wisdom was with us for thousands of years. We must be capable, sabal and samarth, to take this light. Now, after a long time, almost about after 1,000 years, we find a new era for Bharat has begun, where Bharat is waking up to her sense of destiny, her sense of responsibility, and preparing herself to fulfill that responsibility. And that is possible only when grow materially, we must be militarily strong, materially prosperous, but at the same time, the core of the dharma also must rise. So it is a fusion of adhyatma and bhautik. So adhyatmic energy is the call of the day. Again, I would quote Sri Aurobindo. He defined what is Bharat. He says Bharat is a living energy of this Sanatan Dharma. Of course, in his style, he called it Vedic, but that is what his Sanatan Dharma is, the Vedic Dharma. And identity and existence of Bharat is directly linked with its fidelity, its allegiance to this Dharma. Bharat exists, Dharma. If your allegiance is strong, Bharat is strong. If allegiance is weak, you are weak. Now, at this point of time when Bharat is awake and waking up to her destiny, and we are progressing materially in the field of science and technology, we know where we are today. In the last 10 years, because again, in fact, fortunately, our people have a tendency to put everything in politics. That's the problem. Anything you say, they will start looking at with the political aspects. But the fact is that individuals, I believe firmly that individuals who are playing the significant role today, they are not just themselves, they are actually designed. Or this gentleman is not just, I firmly believe that it's the call of the providence that yes, Bharat must fulfill her responsibility. You need a leader, you need a person who should be able to energize and make Bharat capable, adhyatmic and bhautik. We have seen it. We have seen how in the bhautik we are nowhere in the last 10 years where we have reached. We are among the top 3 countries in the world in science and technology. Startups, innovations, every day. Today, some of you might have read in the newspaper how in the space sector, a startup like Skyroot is coming up with launching vehicles, space vehicles, a space craft, launching for the orbit. Not only our ISRO, private sector, unleashing the energy of the people. Every sector. And we have seen how our capability has withstood us when a terror attack happened in Palagaon. So here is a leadership who, on the one hand, sees that the country progresses and be capable of fulfilling her destiny. And if the time comes, conduct Operation Sindoor. And at the same time, hoist the Dharma Dhwaja on Sri Rama Mandir. Now this unique combination is providential. At this point of time, have a responsibility. The entire nation has a responsibility. And in this, the initiative which was taken 25 years ago to have the Namasankeerthanam festival, to energize, spiritually energize the society through bhakti. You look at it at the larger perspective, you are doing a great service. Because at present we have, it is, people sometimes they try to ignore it, but the fact is the Kali Yuga is still rising to its peak. We have people, we have forces which are against. When their forces are against Bharat, they are not just against Bharat as a territory, but against Sanatan Dharma. Because somehow this Dharma is not, hegemonistic. It doesn't say, "No, I am the best." No, it doesn't. It is a humility. It is utter pure and simple humility. It says all of us are family. Just one, Ore Kutumba. Yadam Ore Yavaram Kili. We are all one. Now, but there are forces which hegemonistic. No, you must follow us. This is what is the right way. Now, this is from those who are outside and those who are our own here. It's all the more important that we energize our society, our people. And as Dr. Kamakodi mentioned about that, have the younger generation. Yes, younger generation will come. You don't have to worry about Dr. Kamakodi. There are people who are coming. I see all over young people. It is some fantastic, their commitment. A top grade engineer moving and coming to this field. Very accomplished doctor coming to this field. And they are coming with, and they are doing works which are so revealing. And they are all young people, by the way. The young people, they have chosen to forsake their life of absolute comfort where they were getting millions of dollars salaries. They have come and they have started serving. So it couldn't have happened just like that. I think this is again the call of the time, the age and the era. So young people will come, are coming, more and more will come. What the elders have to do is they have to continue the tradition. You have to continue, because then, as Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Yad acharti shreshta tatra devi tarojana. You show the way, they are coming, more and more will come, and nobody can stop the rise of Bharat Rashtra, and so the rise of Bharat Sanatan Dharma. Thank you. Thank you all those who are organizing it. From my heart, I wish everyone the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such a thought-provoking speech. You did mention about the Rashtra, and that brought in our memory the lines of poet Bharati, சேதமில்லா ஹிந்துஸ்தானம் அதை தெய்வம் என்று கும்பிடடி பாப்பா. We have always seen the nation, the Rashtra, as our own God, and we've been worshipping it in that same light. And as you mentioned, there are so many ways in so many yugas that we thought about being one with the God, the oneness. And for this yuga, it is the easy prescription that has been given to us, like how Andal Nachiyar says is, Vayinal Padi, Manathinal Sindika. So the easiest way for us is the Namasankeerthanam. And today here we are celebrating the Namasankeerthana Vizha, the 25th year of celebration. And we thank you for your thought-provoking speech. We now request Sri Ram Vaidyanathan, Managing Director and CEO of Integrated Enterprises, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Very good evening to everyone present here. So, Integrated Academy of Performing Arts, along with Krishna Sabha and Bhagavad Seva Trust, would like to sincerely thank Sri Governor R.N. Ravi for gracing this occasion. Obviously, we had great, very informative speeches from everyone present here. So, 25 years will not be possible for these kind of initiatives without the sponsors. We would like to sincerely thank Sri Ram Group, City Union Bank, and Integrated for sponsoring this event. So, 25 years for some initiatives like this will not be possible with certain people. So, we would like to thank two people in specific at this great occasion, Sri Kamakoti, for starting this initiative. So, he started this initiative, and one more person we like to thank is Sri Udayalu Kalyan Raman for taking the idea forward, bringing all the Bhagavadas together, and more importantly, he is more like a brand ambassador for Namasankeerthanam. Without his presence, we will not get this kind of audience. So more importantly, we had volunteers from the three organizations, Sri Ram Group, Integrated, and City Union Bank, who have been meticulously involved in planning this event. And without their involvement and enthusiasm, this will not be a successful event like this. So on this 25th years of celebration, Sri Gopalakrishna City Union Bank came, and he has planned this in a grand manner. And with all your support, I'm 100% sure this year will be another memorable event. So finally, without your support, presence, and enthusiastic encouragement, this Namasankeerthanam will not be a successful like this. I once again like to thank each and every one of you for making the great event. And I'm 100% sure this year we'll see more and more participation. As Mr. Kamakoti wished, we'll get more and more young people joining this movement. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sri Ram Vaidyanathan. We now request the members of the audience to raise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल भंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद वंदे मातरम
We request the members of the audience to remain seated. ஒரு 5 நிமிஷத்துல ஸ்டேஜ் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுவா. உடையாலூர் கல்யாணராம பாகவதருடைய நாம சங்கீர்த்தனம் இருக்கு. எல்லாரும் நீங்க இருக்கிற இடத்துல அப்படியே இருந்தானா 5 நிமிஷத்துல நாம சங்கீர்த்தனம் இப்ப ஆரம்பிச்சிடும்.